So we've talked about the Khenon Hall effect quite a bit. I have. And have talked about the momentum that the football program is building through the offseason. And look, I get it. They were 3-9. They're not winning any games in February. But if you're going to be one of those people that aren't going to take the positives when they're coming at you, then maybe tune out of this part, because a lot more positives are coming Baylor's way, which for the rest of us, we will bask in. And we saw some more of this the other night. It was actually right before the Baylor Oklahoma basketball game on Tuesday night. Caden Knighten, the number one running back in the state of Oklahoma for the class of 2025, announced his commitment to Baylor. 4-star. That is the third 4-star skill position player that Baylor has already gotten to commit in the 2025 class. And there might be another one on the way with a receiver out of San Antonio Brandeis, by the way. So this week might not be done here, and there's still a year to recruit these guys. So I imagine they are not done bringing in the 4 stars. But this just adds to what already was a really talented class. This now moves Baylor into the top 15 nationally. They're on 13th in the 24/7 rankings for the class of 2025. And the way this momentum is going, by the time you're listening to this versus the time when I'm recording it, we might have another 4-star committing to the Bears. And it's another one that you can attribute to Khenon Hall. Okay, we're talking about Caden Knighten from Oklahoma. Khenon Hall was on his trail early when he was at SMU. In fact, he was the first one to offer him from a Power 5 school. There was a great tweet out there yesterday and now I'm not going to be able to find it, but it was all about like it being his first offer. Khenon Hall messaged a guy named Sean Cooper. Sean Cooper's the one who put it out. He owns a sports performance place in Oklahoma, C4 Sport Oklahoma. And it was almost 2 years ago at 4 a.m., 4:36 a.m. to be exact. Coach Khenon Hall, the first offer for a small town 1A Oklahoma freshman who put some great film up in a 10-7 100-meter dash. That's pretty good. So he was the first one to believe in him. Now, this isn't kind of that fairy tale story of he stuck with him the whole time. In fact, Caden Knighten was committed to Vanderbilt last year and decommitted from them a few months ago. And now he is back to his guy, Khenon Hall, who he attributes to him being the reason why he is going to Baylor or committing to Baylor here after his junior year. So, I mean, he talks about how he keeps up with him. We heard similar things from Demetrius Brisbane, who called Coach Hall his boy. And Knighten says he keeps up with him all the time. And so this is very much the real tangible Khenon Hall effect taking flight once again. And you look at those 2022 numbers. This is Knighten's sophomore year. He went for over 2,200 yards and 35 touchdowns on 210 rushes. Oh, yeah, and added 9 touchdowns and 820 yards in the passing game. Like, this kid, man, I mean, can do it all. Is ripping up the state of Oklahoma. And he had some big suitors. It's Vanderbilt that originally had his signature, but he absolutely had like I think Michigan State was one. USC was one that was hot on his trail. And he is committed to Baylor, which is just crazy. 6 foot, 190 pounds. It's crazy because of what Baylor's coming off of and the uncertainty around the overall coaching staff. But who would have thunk it that this would be the hire of the decade, Khenon Hall, bringing him in and bringing the 4 stars with him. Other offers included also Colorado in there as well, with Michigan State, USC, Vanderbilt. Those were all the teams that were in there. 4-star recruit, number 1 in Oklahoma at the running back position, and number 23 in the nation at the running back position, according to 24/7. Our boy Will Turboff was first one on this story about this. Just a fantastic early winter blizzard season, I guess you could call it, for Baylor football in terms of the names they have gotten to commit here. So look, if you're one of those people that just wants to wait until they get on campus and wait till the head coach retains his job after next season, I get that. I really do. But you can't deny the momentum that Baylor is putting in right now. It's got to work on the field, absolutely. but the momentum is absolutely there. They have hired, I mean, one of the best recruiters in all of Texas, it seems like, in Khenon Hall. They have hired Jake Spavital, which Matt Mosley talked about earlier, a guy who is embracing the offense that led Baylor to its greatest successes and that we as fans have been yearning for years. This 2010s Art Briles offense. We don't want the rest of the stuff, but we want the offense and the winning. And that is what this coaching staff is starting to embrace. And oh, yeah, they brought in on the defensive side a guy who head coached 5 number 1 total offenses in the entire country, and no doubt college football Hall of Famer in Gary Patterson. So if you want to hop on the bandwagon now, there's plenty of room. And I'll say this, you might not see it all this year. You just might not. It wouldn't shock me if this team, as we know it now, misses a bowl game again. But brighter days are coming. They absolutely are. With this staff that's on board right now, this is as good as you could possibly feel, I think, after a 3-9 season in which you retained a coach that a good bit of the fan base wanted to be fired. I think this is as good as you can feel. Baylor Nation, good days, better days are coming real soon. Anyway, thank you to Matt Mosley once again for coming on the show. Let me know what you think about these coaching hires down in the comments below, and another 4-star recruit committing to Baylor. Let me know what you think about that. Thank you for making it your first listen today and every day. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow with more. We're going to talk a little basketball again tomorrow on Locked On Baylor.